Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough. But first things first, it is Monday, so hopefully y'all had yourselves a great weekend this weekend, as well as I'd like to thank and welcome all of the newest subscribers that we gained over the last week and over the weekend. You guys are awesome, and also thank you to the people that have stuck with me thus far. You guys are also awesome. It has been quite the journey so far, and we're only just getting started, of course. Doing all kinds of games like Satisfactory and Space Engineers and whatnot. So those are the two main ones anyway. And then we got a few others off to the side. They kind of playing them like once a week or whatever, but for the most part, it's going to be these two, so seems pretty good. If you weren't here last time, we had finished the main rail line going through the Abyss Cliffs. We had finally finished it. And the reason I pressed X there is because I was playing Space Engineers, of course. Always pressing the wrong keys. But last week we had finished the main rail line, which is really, really nice. We started off on Monday, spanning this gap with our overarch bridge blueprint. Obviously, the way too big for the blueprinter, so it's in sections of 2. This massive kind of project. It was a lot of fun, though. I definitely enjoyed building this rail. But yeah, we got our massive rail bridge in, which looks rather nice. I'm quite happy with it, anyway. And then we went up through the up between these two major land masses, I guess you can say. Landmass pieces, massive cliffs right in between there to span across that gap there, so we can end up on the east side of those cliffs near that little forested area over there. Then working our way across this little cliff edge there and down, make sure I don't fall off there, but then down this little slope here into another overarch bridge to cross this big old gap that spans another two huge, I guess, ravine style, and then across that waterfall into another overarch bridge, or two overarch bridges technically, but one bridge spanning from here across to that gap, so then we could do a little bit of a circle just right around here, which was, I was actually pretty happy with this. Pretty happy with this build, how we managed to get the corner and the slope to be pretty damn consistent with our circle here. As you can see, the corner doesn't really tighten up or anything like that too much. Just this little section here was kind of a shorter section, so then it goes to straight. Then we just go straight down this little hill here, and then we continue to corner up around here with all of our massive supports. And we do a little bit of a tighter curve right here, but then we kind of level out, go straight. We did have a bridge here, but then we ultimately ended up removing it. Just because it was more consistent with the supports to not have it there than to have it there. Then we turn a nice little tight corner, and we just barely tap this rock as we go by. And I say barely, it's like you could put a piece of paper in between the two, and the train would rub against the piece of paper. That's how close it is. Might take off slight bit of paint on the train as it goes by. But yeah, then we go down this slope and into the rail line that we had available and existing over here. So that's what we did all last week. Did quite a bit, actually. I love this steel factory still. This is definitely one of my favorite builds, which I need to do something similar in the future. Maybe we'll do something similar with a different build. Maybe our quartz build. Ooh, that'd be cool. Because we need a building that does quartz crystal and silica, which I'm actually going to put those two together. Just because they come from the same source and it produces two different things. Just makes the most amount of sense. Oh, here comes a coal train. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, we got all of that done. Look how nice that looks. I mean, it obviously got clipping and stuff with the supports and whatnot through the rock, but I think it looks rather cool. I actually like that, and that rail makes it all the way down here. But yeah, that was last week. So no more rail building for a little bit. I mean, we'll still have to do a little bit of rail building, obviously for new factories, but we won't have to spend like 2 weeks working on several different rail sections and whatnot. Yeah, we'll have to do little bits here and there for new factories, but other than that, I need to get supports on this building here, my modular engine. But today's plan is to do copper wire and cable. We're going to be using some alternates for this recipe as well, because we need way more copper ingot, or way more copper ore for our ingots, more than I care to say. I don't like this curve right here. I might end up fixing it. There's an iron node underneath there. Not that I care particularly, because we're not using just a section. Ooh, that'd be a great thing. Ooh, could that be possible? Could we region lock ourselves on the next playthrough? Like do a bit of a challenge mode, like maybe we go back to the classic like no deletion challenge, as well as like a region lock where we're region locked to only one section of the map, like the desert or the Titan Forest or something like that. We have to complete the entire game only within that section, and we're not allowed to get resources outside of, or well, at least I guess you could say you're not allowed to build factories outside of that region. You can only bring in resources. But then again, that just kind of turns back into the city build, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I do have a spot picked out for our wire and cable factory. We're going to be producing both, just for the hell of it. Some factories are going to have only one thing being produced, and other factories might have like two things being produced. Nothing too crazy. We don't want to do like several different factories compounded on top of each other and whatnot. So we want to avoid that. But anyway, this particular factory, I want to do like two different tower design. It's going to have the same tower. They're going to be copies of each other, but it's going to be two different towers with bridges interlinking in between them, and that'll be the transfer of wire from one site to the other. And then below those two towers is going to be some train stations. I hear a slug. But anyway, the spot I have picked out is over here, in this area. And the reason I've picked this spot out is because there's 3 normal copper nodes in this area. They're a little bit spread out, but I think they will still work. And it'll also probably work with our coal loop as well that we wanted to build eventually in this area as well. We'll try to build the factory with the coal loop in mind. Basically, the coal loop was supposed to loop back around and end up over there somewhere. Yeah, just somewhere over there. I need to find these copper nodes. I think there's a copper node there. But basically, one of the alternates we're going to be using that I've already planned out is the copper alloy ingot. The copper alloy ingot allows us to do iron and copper to produce copper ingots. So we produce twice the amount with the least amount of copper because, well, copper is pretty scarce. Yeah, here's the 3 normal copper nodes. Right here, we've got copper... No, what? I thought that was a normal. It's an impure, apparently. Is it really an impure? What's this one? They must have changed that. There's an impure, and then there's a normal. This was the impure, right? I think so. Yeah, that's the impure. And isn't there one more somewhere? It's around this area somewhere. Oh, there's one this way. Is this a normal? Well, I guess I could look on the map. Stupid. No, that's an impure as well. They must have changed those recently. Well, I guess we could bring in copper from other areas. Impure, impure. What the heck? Yeah, this was supposed to be... These were supposed to be normal. Impure and impure. I think... Am I looking in the right area? No, I'm not. I'm in the wrong area. Oops. And then we've also got this one over here. The pure. Ooh, a pure. Nice. Yeah, but we got three normals right here. Yeah, I could have swore it was further into the desert, but whoops. I knew there was a spot for copper ore, and I missed the mark a little bit. All right, so this is the area here. There's one of them. The only problem I have about doing the factory here is it's a little too close to that other factory. I guess what we could do is we could bring in this copper via train. Because I plan on bringing copper and iron in anyway. So we're gonna have 4 train stations. We're gonna have copper being brought in, iron being brought in, because this is going to be a massive factory. Copper, iron, and then we're going to be exporting wire and cable. And I want this factory to be infinitely expandable, essentially. So we're going to be bringing in resources anyway. Maybe not the iron so much. I mean, we'll still put a train station down for it, but there's so much freaking iron out here, it's insane. Yeah, this is a little too close to the factory as well, isn't it? Maybe we should put it out here. A little more dangerous out here for towers, or for our factory. But yeah, somewhere out here could be good. Yeah, because like I said, see, there's our unfinished bridge. Like I said, it's supposed to be the coal. There's some more copper out here as well. Hello. Yeah, out here could be good. Like right on top of this spot, we could use this as a central point. Because there is a lot of space. Because the trains are going to be up high enough anyway. Either that or we use that as a central point. This open space right here. And then we raise up the rail line to, like, say, be higher than that point there. Something like that. That could be good. But yeah, like I said, 4 train stations. We're going to have iron and copper coming in via train, as well as other places because we're surrounded by iron. And then we're going to be outputting wire and cable. So I'm trying to think, should we have... Maybe we should have 4 train stations side by side. That'd be pretty cool. Because usually in this situation, what I do is go 2 towers. Okay, we have 4 train stations, 2 train stations per tower, and we just have a bit of input and output mixed together. But what we could do is we could go side by side, and then have like a big old wide base at the bottom, and then have the towers expand up from on top of it. So basically, it's going to be train station. Then it's going to be tower on top. But yeah, I think out here could be a pretty good spot. The one thing I do need to be careful of is that coal over there. I was gonna say copper. I need to be careful of that coal over there because the way this is going to work. Ooh, we can have the train line coming in the middle of it. So like the main train line, the main throughput line. Have that coming in the middle of it, kind of like what we did with the aluminum factory. but obviously train station's not lined up like that, but yeah, then we get a nice wide base. That'd be pretty good. We'll aim it roughly this way. So we want to make our way that way, so this could be the central point here. Sorry, buddy, you're going to have to go. Construction is being conducted. I don't know why he didn't attack. I have them on retaliate so they can't defend themselves, but that one, sometimes the AI just doesn't work. Alright, so yeah, let's lock this. So something like that-ish. We're going to vertical that up. I'm gonna guess 5 might be the way to go. We'll probably be working on this one all week, this factory. Might have went with my gut with 6 instead. Yeah. But I want this tower to be tall enough for you to see it from anywhere in the desert, pretty much. It looks high enough, but we'll give it a second. Might have to go one higher. Yeah, have to go one higher. Okay. Then we'll use the big supports. But yeah, we could have a coal mine just off to the side there and have it linked up to this main line here. So we're not going to have a central point on one single foundation. It was just easier for me to do it like that. We need a central point on 2 foundations. Oops. No! Get off there. Then I'm going to vertical this. That way we know where the central point is. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now we're going to build it. This type of factory is going to be built with the... is going to be built with the... where is it? The metal walls. Yeah, we'll be using the metal walls here. And I might even use asphalt for this particular one because I have somewhat of a plan to keep it from being too boxy. I was thinking, what if we built oops, sorry, bumping my mic there. But we could use the coated concrete foundation. That'd be really cool. But it'd be glitchy as all hell. But I was thinking like an asphalt foundation for out here. We could do, well, see, the thing is when you're trying to put foundations in other foundations, you either want to use your concrete foundation or this, or a mod, of course, which we're not doing mods because we're, you know, all vanilla until we finish the game. So, but I think an asphalt foundation might look nice for a nice wide base, because the base, we're gonna have the base, and then I'm gonna have like an outer portion of it as well. Ooh, we could even have the train station going in between the towers and not have them connected. That could be pretty cool too. Yeah, something like that. I haven't even used these yet. I haven't even used the concrete yet because we're not doing the city build. Yeah, I'm going to try and go for a not as boxy look. I want these towers to be at their central point. I might even have to build it in a blueprint or like start building the tower in a blueprinter, like put the floors together in a blueprinter the way I want the floors, and we lay it all out with the machinery and the power and the walls and stuff, and then all we got to do is connect the floors together. That could be pretty cool, and it would allow it to be built much faster. I love that you can see the aluminum factory. You can see the aluminum factory and the iron plate factory from here, which is insane. But yeah, like I said, I want to use the fix-it walls this time, so that this tower kind of stands out. So we'll build it out of like I want to use the copper, like the copper finish on them. The copper and black, I think, is what we'll go with. And that could very well stand out pretty nicely. We use the copper finish and the copper finish and the what you call it, the carbon steel finish, or the copper finish and the chrome. That could look cool too. Use that as like details and stuff. That could be pretty nice. Yeah, I got some ideas floating around in my head. But first, let's get the base down before we go too much further, so at least we have a nice firm base to start with. I think that could look good. Alrighty, so now we've got a nice massive platform, and we got our 4 train stations down. Oh, don't worry about that. Oh, go away. Right. I was just using that to split the rail on the corner here, so that we could make this work like this, which actually works pretty well and looks good as well. So, but yeah, so any train coming in from this way can either go straight or go right into the train stations, and also can go left into that one or right into that one. I wish you could put like this here rather than having to have a little short piece in between. There probably is a way to do it, and I just don't know. I've tried every way I can think of, and it just doesn't work. So they used to work at one point, but they fixed it. But yeah, and then if you can go straight, or you can. So when you're coming down this way, you can also go left into those train stations, or you can go straight. If you're coming from the train stations, you can either go right to go that way, go left to go that way, or go straight to go into these train stations if you want to do a circle. Same with this side. If you're coming from these ones, you can go right, you can go left, you can go straight. If you're coming from the opposite direction from the west, heading eastbound, you can go right into these train stations, go straight. You can continue to go straight, you can go left into these. So this is the main, a main rail line, basically, as I'm treating it. So this is going to be part of the coal loop, as I'm calling it, which is basically just a loop to pick up coal. But now it's going to be more than just that with this new factory in place. But yeah, I'm going to leave these like this for now, and I'll change them later. But yeah, so what I'm thinking, again, like I said, is the train stations are going to be inside of these things. I'm going to separate these via walls. Let's grab some walls in here. So I'm just going to use the basic wall, because if we try to use the 1 meters to make things look good, then it's not going to be great. I actually need to design a wall. Maybe we'll do that next time. We'll get some wall designs in. That might be good. But let's see. We need to go special. Let's put down, I think a Mark II is what we're going to need for the size that I'm thinking. Let's go foundations. Let's go concrete for the moment. That should be big enough. I was just lazy. I'll pick it all up in a minute. It's just temporary, so I can put down one of these. I don't want to put it down in the sand. Let me go over to this side. Actually, didn't do too bad on that. Okay. Oops. Oh. Whatever. Alright, so we need to design the floors of the tower, as well as we need to design the walls for this. I want to do the tower first. I don't know why. I have this idea in my head, and I want to get it out of my head before I forget it. So obviously, each floor is going to be 1 meter thick. Well, no, wait. No, 2 meters thick, right? Because the staircases are 2 meters, right? So if we go... I'm pretty sure this is correct. I just want to make sure. No, they are 4 meter, aren't they? I mean, you could do 2 meter, but you got to do it in a way that the staircase is like. No, they are 2 meter. Huh. Duh. Okay, so there'll be 2 meter thick flooring, and I'm going to use asphalt. Go. What the? Oh. Whoops. I was trying to... man. It's Monday, definitely. Okay, we're going to have... Should we have a single block center? Should we have... No, it's got to be a 2x2, doesn't it? Yeah, it has to be because of the way we've set this up. Okay, so a 2x2, and then what I want to do with it is I want to extend it out. I need to find the circle location using this particular. We could do a central piece to figure out the circle and then put the thing in it because I want to do circle buildings. I want to do like towers, I guess you could say, like rounded towers, and then we'll have, like I said, connections in between the floors and stuff that we need. So let's find the central. Obviously, it's going to be there. And let's do the circle. I need a foundation that I can stand on because this is getting annoying. I don't know if that'll be high enough or not. Okay. Yeah, it was about to drive me batty. Okay, it looks like our... I need these to be going the right way as well. If you actually look really close, oops, you can actually see in the foundation there's lines, and if you don't get the lines going the right way, then you're going to have trouble. So yeah, 5x5 is the biggest we're going to be able to go with our circle here. So if a circle doesn't work, then we're going to go with another shape that's somewhat rounded. Dang it. If you look real close, you see this line. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a line in the foundation here. And I definitely want it flowing the correct way. No! Can't really see it with the with the hologram. Okay. But if we go up here, it's a little easier to see. Oh, it's going to be a pain in the butt, isn't it? Yeah, because you can't on here you can't do that. That's annoying. 3? Need to put this on zoom mode. Yeah. 3 is not enough. Let's try 5. Nope, 5's too many. Two, three, 4. It might have to be that way. That's a little bit too much, or not quite enough, but 5 is too many. Yeah, and see if we have them going the right way. That allows me to see the lines a little bit better. Okay, yeah. The only thing that is going to be very hard to put machines down on. That is a good point. That is a good point. Putting machines down on this is going to be damn near impossible to put them in the correct spot when they're overlapped that much. So, I think then we'll have to do it this way. So one little trick I just recently learned from someone is to use a beam, and what you do is you freeform it from corner to corner on your foundations. And what it'll do, I don't know if this is the shape I want, but what it'll do is it'll allow you to put a foundation on the beam. Come on. And I think it's supposed to be exact. Yeah. See how it's exact. The only problem is getting the... There we go. I think it's from the middle then. Is that going the right way? Yeah, I just recently learned this, so I'm trying it out. Oh, it doesn't work here, though. Oh, I guess what you'd have to do then is you'd have to get it like that, and then move it over. Yeah. Oh, and then... I guess what you could do is do this. Nope. That was not... Why does it... Stupid auto-rotation. It's irritating. Yeah, see? I have to go up against it like this. Alright, and then we... check to see if our lines are going the right way. There we go. And then we just plop that over. Probably do a half foundation in there. And then you can leave the beam there. That might not be a bad idea. Do kind of like... I don't know if the blueprinter's going to let me do this, but... See, that would be really cool. I guess what you do then is you go... This. So something like that. Oh, this can't be nudged. Don't know why it can't be nudged. Just, there's no reason. Just devs say no. And then you can use that as like a support pillar or something. That's alright, we'll leave that out of that for now. It's like we could go with this type of shape, which actually wouldn't look too bad. And what I do for this, I'd probably just do this. Because it's like exact. It's like exact pieces. And that's why I wanted to use the asphalt, because I was like, I knew I was going to be overlapping. And with the asphalt, you can't really tell too much if it's glitching or not. So yeah, something like that. I don't know. I'll have to play with it a little bit more to try and get a nice floor design going. Alrighty, so I'm thinking something a bit like this. I just gotta figure out, I think I want windows, but I'm not sure if I want windows all the way around or if I want... I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm still deciding. We could use some of these newer windows. These windows would look nice. Maybe. Because we got this window and this window. Ooh. It is kind of that shape, isn't it, already? We could use these windows. Because the windows kind of are that shape, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 3, and then we're going to do another roof piece. So first things first, obviously. Let's see. We need to give this a name, so we're going to say... Oop. What about wire cable? Oh, I can't have the thing. That's fine. Wire cable building, or wire cable tower floor. Alright, and then we need to select an icon. There. Wire cable tower floor. And then there we go. So basically, by making that a blueprint, what I end up doing, we'll put a 2 in here, so I don't forget. No, can't do that. Do wish to continue. Yeah, it would be discarded. That's fine. So now what I can do is I can put in my walls. This would also look good too. Or maybe this. And what we do is we shimmy these back a little bit so that it... Oh, actually, no, they're right on the ledge. But the problem I have with these is you can't paint them, which is my major problem with these types of windows. That's the reason I don't use them, is because you can't paint those. You can't paint these either. Can you paint these ones? I don't really a fan of these, but yeah, you can paint these ones. So if we did like a gold finish, or like a copper finish, it does look pretty cool. I might pull a beam up through the middle of these as well to kind of break up the flatness. Same with this. Just trying to break up the flatness of the wall here, so it's not what we need. Okay, and what I did was I kind of inset these side pieces. I thought that looks kind of cool. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those windows. I might just have to go with these. But would those look good, or should we do the full size? Yeah, we should do the full size windows. And what we'll do is we'll inset these ones. And then what we could do is we could do some lighting. That could be kind of cool. Do like 3 tall. That gives us enough for a machine. Maybe the other thing as well. And then for these ones, maybe we don't inset. If we don't inset those ones, we do like this. No. So something like that. That could be kind of cool. And then every now and again you have this little section right here between the floors. I kind of want to inset them as well. But at the same time, I'm like, is it really necessary? What we could do is we could specifically inset these to do that. Something like that. Yeah, because I'm working in a blueprint, I can't really make these any thicker necessarily. We could mess with these. Yeah, the problem I have with that is I can't, like... Can I get this? Oh, I can. Ah! Huh. Then the walls could be inset. Alright. Let's try that. So we just remove these beams entirely. That might be a bit more difficult. Because I'd have to go up another 2 meters in order for it to fit. Well, if I try to put... Well, actually... It might still work. Okay, hold on. So if we're going to do that, then we want to remove all this for the moment. And then put these all the way around and then save it. And then we can work on that. So these towers are going to be extremely tall. We might only put like maybe 2 machines or 4 machines per floor. I think 4 machines per floor could work out pretty well. But we're not going to be putting a lot of whole machines per floor, and there's a reason for that. It's because I want to... These 2 towers, I want them to be able to... be extremely tall. We're talking extremely, extremely tall is what I'm trying to go for here. Yeah, I actually like this because these, I believe... Wait, can you not... Oh, you can't paint these. Okay, so we have to use the concrete ones. Concrete pillar support. Yeah, and the finishes actually don't look too bad on these. Obviously the chrome and the with the gold doesn't look too bad. So we could do like this. Or do like this, or we could do like a chrome finish or unpainted. Yeah, the unpainted stuff doesn't really look all that great. We could go with a like straight up, yeah, straight black, and we go like minus 10. It is something to think about, definitely. And then to decide whether this goes on this wall like this, or if it goes like this. Because I don't think we can do both. Actually, no, we can't do both. Of course we can. What am I talking about? Of course you can do both. Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and then we can inset the windows and stuff all we want, and it doesn't hurt the windows at all. And since we're going to be doing that, we might as well not even do that and might as well just do these. Because we're going to be making our own frames anyway. But then again, having that, I mean this, having like this is okay. But that would look weird, wouldn't it, with the regular windows? That would look really weird because it'd be like straight up this. And then let's just continue that and see what... Yeah, that'd be way too weird. The big ol' windows like that. Could go back to these. The only thing is, like I said, can't paint those. These just work the best. Because we can inset them, and we can... They already add their like natural design and stuff. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, let me put something together and we'll see what happens here. Kind of just, I don't know, kind of just playing around with ideas at the moment. Oh man, sun's going down. It's gonna be hard to show this off. This is what I'm thinking, right here. So I think the pillars might be contrast enough of a copper to make a bit of a difference. But then again, now that I'm looking at it with the light like that, during the daylight you can see the contrast better, but you can't see the contrast here. Ooh, you know what? Yes. Okay, that's a better contrast. And I'm using the gold as sort of like the wood detail that you see around the, like the wooden spools. That's kind of what I'm trying to go for here. And obviously the inspiration for the shape of the tower is the roundedness of the wire spools, and then also the roundedness of the... Yeah, to have the gold there actually gives it contrast enough, probably. I imagine we'll see it more in the daylight, but it gives a contrast enough to make that work. And then what I was thinking is for the tower will be black walls with like a coppery feel to it. Of course, we could go black, but I don't know if I like like if we did the carbon steel. Maybe the carbon steel would look better. I don't know, I'm still playing with it. I know we've hit the end of our episode. We're going a little bit long today, but that's all right. Yeah, I think the carbon steel might pull us into this just a little bit. Because I want the other tower to contrast this one. So like the tower that's building the cable, that one's going to be black with like copper highlights because it's copper cable. And I wanted this one to be copper wire with like the black highlights or darker highlights to kind of contrast it. So we got two different towers, two different colors, but they each tower shares a color with the other one, is what I'm saying. So like this would be copper with like a darker. That was kind of what I was thinking originally, but then I went with the copper because I was like, man, that kind of looks like the wood. But now that you get the other light and it doesn't, it's just not enough of a contrast. But I think this looks good. We'll go ahead and save this. But like I was saying, we'll just call it 2. And then we'll go save. Of course, I need to delete all this, but what I was thinking was that, or what I was saying was that it is the end of the episode. Unfortunately, we're going to go ahead and leave it here. I was going to put lights on this, but unfortunately, you can't put them on these pillars because they're touching the edge, or they're already overdoing the edge, unfortunately, so we can't really do that. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and leave it here, and next time we'll see about doing the base for these towers, or the base for these towers for the train stations and stuff like that. We can even do 2 individual bases and have... I might end up doing like 4 towers, like 2 towers of wire and 2 towers of cable, depending on how much we can fit. That could look pretty good too. But anyway, that is going to be it. So yeah, we'll finish this up next time. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.